Okay. All right, we're going to redo that spelling component because it just wasn't Miss Willard's best. So we're going to redo that part, okay? All right, so let's start out by adding a little bit of prep up here to the board, okay? So when you hear a short vowel sound before a consonant sound to close the syllable, that pattern of sound is spelled vowel, consonant. And a vowel in a closed syllable is short. We code it with a brief. When we hear a long vowel sound in an open accented syllable, that pattern of sounds is spelled vowel. And a vowel in an open accented syllable is long. We code it with a macron. When we hear final I in an open accented syllable, final I is spelled vowel Y, and we code final vowel Y with a macron. And when we hear final I in an open unaccented syllable, final I is spelled vowel Y, and we code final vowel Y with a brief. Good. And I'll add one more. When we hear a short vowel sound before a consonant sound and a consonant sound and another vowel sound, that pattern of sounds are spelled vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, and we divide between the consonants. Good. Okay, let's see. Let's review. I think that's all the prep that we need for this, for our words. And we're gonna add our derivative rules since today we're gonna be spelling derivatives. So say this with me. If we have a base word and we attach a consonant suffix, we just add. And if we have a base word and we attach a vowel suffix, we check the last 3 letters of the base word. And if our base word has 2 final consonants, we just add. And when we have a base word and we attach a vowel suffix, we check the last 3 letters of the base word. And if it has 2 adjacent vowels, we just add. Those are our just add rules. And if we have a base word and we attach a vowel suffix, we check the last 3 letters of the base word. And when we have a base word with a final accented 1 vowel, 1 consonant, we double the consonant and then attach the vowel suffix. That's called our doubling rule. And if we have a base word and we attach a vowel suffix, we check the last 3 letters of the base word. And if that base word ends in consonant, silent E, we drop the silent E and then attach that vowel suffix. So that's called our dropping rule. And most recently we've learned when adding any suffix except one that begins with I to a base word that ends with consonant, final vowel Y, we change Y to I and then attach that suffix, any suffix. So that's called our changing rule. Okay, let's review our procedures as we spell some derivatives today. We look and listen, echo, unblend, and pull down our sound pictures. Identify the base word and the suffix so we can make a decision. We'll touch and spell, name and write, code and read. Good. Here's your first word. Dryer. Echo.
Dryer.
Unblend. D, r, I, e, r. Pull down those sound pictures. Okay, looks good. Okay, what's the base word in dryer?
Dryer.
All right, let's unblend. D. Let's unblend. D, r, I, so we can hear those sounds. And then we have e, r. So is this a vowel suffix or a consonant suffix?
Vowel suffix.
Vowel suffix. So we're going to have to make a decision. Well, First, let's go ahead and touch and spell our base word dry.
D-R-Y.
Good. I'll name and write that on the board. D-R-Y. Just so that we can see what we're working with. Okay. Since we're attaching a vowel suffix, we said, let's look at our rules so we can make a decision. Do we need this rule?
No.
No, because we aren't attaching a consonant suffix. Good. So if we have a base word and we attach a vowel suffix, we check the last three letters of the base word. Do we have two final consonants?
No.
No. Do we have two adjacent vowels?
No.
No. Do we have final accented one vowel, one consonant?
No.
No. Does our base word end with consonant silent E?
No.
No. So look at our last rule. Are we adding a suffix, except one that begins with I, to a base word that ends with consonant vowel Y?
Yes.
Yes. So what are we going to do?
Change Y to I.
And then attach the vowel suffix in this case. So we're going to change Y to I and attach it. That's our changing rule. Good. Let's go ahead and touch and spell the word.
D-R-I-E-R.
Name and write on your paper.
D-R-I-E-R.
Good. Let's code. Box our vowel suffix and code that I with what? A macron. We code I with a macron. Let's read. Dryer. Good. And go ahead and replace. Okay, let's do another word. All right. Last word. Plentiful.
Plentiful.
Unblend. L
F.
N
F.
I O. Okay. This one has a bunch. Okay. Oof. I'm going to try to squeeze them together because I'm really running out of room covering my rules. But, okay. Does yours match mine?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. What's the base word in plentiful?
Plenty.
Say that again. The base word is
Plenty.
plenty. Plenty. All right. So let's make a little space. Or excuse me. L, N, T, I. And then we have Ooh. So there's a little bit of gap there, but I don't have too much space to be able to make that any obvious, okay? So our base word is plenty, and we're adding ooh. So is this a vowel suffix or a consonant suffix?
Consonant.
Consonant suffix. So how would we spell plenty? Let's touch and spell.
P-L-E-N-T-Y.
All right, I'm going to write those letters so that we can see what we're working with. And I want you to think about your derivative rules here. Are we adding our consonant suffix to our base word?
Yes.
Yes, so we'll keep that in mind. Okay, are we adding a vowel suffix?
No.
No. Are we adding a vowel suffix?
No.
So if we don't add a vowel suffix, we don't need any of those. Now, do we need to consider this last rule?
Yes.
Yes, because when adding any suffix, except one that begins with I, we have to look at the base word, and if our base word ends with consonant vowel Y, let's look. Does our base word end with consonant vowel Y?
Yes.
Yes. So, my friend, what are we gonna do?
Change Y
Change.
to I.
Yeah, so we're gonna change Y to I and then attach that suffix. So we've made our decision, we can push them back together now, okay? Now let's touch and spell our derivative.
PLENTIFUL.
Okay, name and write on your paper.
PLENTIFUL.
Okay, let's code our word. We box our consonant suffix, F-U-L. Now let's look at your base word. Okay, is this a one-syllable word or does it have more than one?
More than one.
So we've got to follow our syllable division procedures. We've already boxed our suffix here. Do we have any letter clusters? No. So label your vowels that are in a position to be sounded. Vowel, vowel. Our pattern is?
Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel.
And we divide.
Between the consonants.
Good. And which syllable are we going to accent?
The first.
The first syllable. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and code those syllables.
A vowel when it closes and short.
Code it with a.
Breathe.
And
A vowel.
I is coded with a breathe. Good. And let's read our word. Plentiful. Plentiful. Good. Okay, replace. All right. Now we're going to do one more part. So hang tight. Okay. And I'm going to leave that prep up on the board as we move into our dictation sentence. So I want to add just one more part though, okay? So when we hear R, when we hear R, R is spelled, when we hear R in an accented syllable, R is spelled combination AR, and we arc our combination and code A with a circumflex. Good. Okay, I think that's the only part that I'm going to add up to the board. And let's prep for our sentence. A sentence is a group of words that begins with a capital letter, ends with a punctuation mark,
Has a subject and a predicate and forms a complete thought. We pause at commas, stop at periods, change the pitch or voice at question marks and exclamation points.
Good. All right, we have a few instant words. One of those is W-A-S, was, and we also have T-H-E-R-E, there. And we know to not code those, we just circle them. And the last thing I'm going to show you is how to write capital T, looks like this, okay? So I will give you the dictation sentence. I want you to echo twice. There was a flyer on my car.
There was a flyer on my car.
And one more.
There was a flyer on my car.
Good. Go ahead and write your sentence. Okay. Can you tell me, what do I write?
There, capital T-H-E-R-E, was W-A-S, A,
How do you spell that?
flyer, F-L-I-E-R. On, O-N, my, M-Y, car, C-A-R, period.
Okay. Does that look okay to you?
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks beautiful. Very good. All right, let's code our words. So we circle our instant word there. Circle our instant word was. A by itself is read up. Code it with a tittle.
Boxer.
Vowel suffix. Code I with a.
Macron. A vowel and a close short. Code of 3.
Final vowel Y is in an accent syllable is read I, so we code it with a.
Macron.
And
Argur combination A. R. Code A with a circumflex. Code C with a K.
okay, let's read. There was a flyer on my car. Good. So today, Briley, we spelled some words using our changing rule. So let's say this together. If we have a base word and we add any suffix except one that begins with I to a base word that has consonant vowel Y, we change Y to I and then attach the suffix, and that's called our changing rule. Good. Much better. Okay, doll. Thank you.